Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Shineability Show. If you haven't been here before, my name is Robin Carberry, and I help Gen X women untangle the knot of midlife confusion, uncover what they're here to do, and unleash more flow, meaning, success, connection, and joy in their lives. So I apply my years of experience mentoring hundreds of folks on growth journeys. I ask questions and I do some deep listening. And I leverage my own experience as an OG Gen Xer to help my clients stop second guessing and backpedaling and instead start moving forward with full confidence that they are on the right track. So today, what I'd like to talk about is what you do when you thought you had it all figured out, but it's not working for you. So it's hard, right? Believe me, I know. I've been through this more than once because you've put loads of time and energy into building your business or your career, sometimes years, sometimes decades, right? And it's not that you haven't tried all kinds of different ways to make it work. That's not it at all. Because frankly, making it work is the easiest solution, right? So you've put a lot of time and energy into doing that. And the problem is that really that those shifts temporarily worked. They maybe resolved short-term problems, but there were underlying issues there that you've realized through your efforts that aren't going to be resolved, can't be resolved in the container that you're currently in. So if it's your business, you've created your brand, offers, websites, funnels, shops, you built an audience and you've grown your list, you have clients and maybe you have a team, you have loads of content, messaging, and a social media presence. And all of it has a business at the center that's not working for you. Or if it's your career, you spent years of developing yourself, all these areas of expertise. Your resume and your LinkedIn profile show the results that you've gotten and the increasing levels of responsibility that you've taken on. You steadily moved up the ladder. People respect you. People listen to you. People come to you for advice, for direction, to ask questions. You thought that this is what you wanted or what you were supposed to want. But it's not. Either way, it feels like a lot to walk away from. It's a significant part of your life, right? You've invested a huge chunk of yourself in it. And it feels like it's part of your identity, but it's also slowly draining the life out of you. But moving on is a very scary thing to do. Like I said, I get it. I have been there more than once. It feels like you're creating a hole where one didn't exist before. How do you fill that hole? What will I do? How will people perceive me? I wasn't raised to give up. I must push through. But pushing through on something that is not right for you just takes more out of you. It takes more out of you without giving you the purpose, the meaning, and the energy you've been seeking. Moving on is not the same as giving up. The minute you give yourself permission to walk away from something that isn't working and release all of the time and the energy and the space that that's taking up in your brain and in your heart, the sooner you are free to see the potential that exists outside of that space. So in today's episode of the Shineability Show, I talk about why giving yourself permission to move on makes all of the difference. So the most important conversation that I've had with my coach, Julie Stoyan, in the last 5 years was the day that she gave me permission to shut down 2 successful courses and all of the funnels and the platforms and the lists and the groups that went along with that. So I felt like it was what I needed to do. That's why we were having the conversation. But I was hanging on to the idea that doing that was quitting, that I was throwing away something that I had worked so hard on and that was successful and that might be able to help me in the future. She, of course, being who she is, realized that that was not the case at all and understood that these things were just draining me so much energetically. So even though it was scary for me to let those things go, releasing them freed so much space up for me. And then it allowed the creativity to start flowing again. So I have accomplished more since that conversation than I probably did in the 2 years prior to that point. I have more energy. I'm more positive, and I am clearer than ever about the best way I can help people in a way that's meaningful for me and for them. So giving yourself permission to move on allows you to tap into the type of work that you really want to do. And giving yourself permission doesn't mean instantaneously blowing everything up. Instead, you are giving your brain the space to step back and look at your business or career with fresh eyes. What are the things that you really love to do? What type of work or project that bring you energy, give you meaning, fill you up with joy, and were actually fun? Then you can look at the possibilities for making that type of work a focus for you. Permission allows you to assess with a fresh mind and heart all of the things that you're good at, all of the skills that you've developed, the network that you've grown, and reimagine how to leverage all those things, the things that worked, in a way that you can use them to help support the type of work that you want to do. When you have the space to look at it all with a fresh perspective, you'll see that so many of these things that you built in your business or your career can still work and can support you in something new. So permission to move on isn't about losing a part of yourself. Instead, it's about taking back your life and shifting your definition of you, so you're not defined by that business or that career. So it's shifting your definition of you so it feels more aligned with who you are becoming and how you want to show up going forward. So your Jen experiment for this week is to give yourself permission to move on from something that isn't working for you. And if you need some help with that, like I did, talk to somebody you trust to be clear-eyed and open-minded in the conversation. It's probably best if that person that you choose is not invested in the outcome of your decision. And if you don't have someone like that in your life, please reach out to me because I can help you. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.